I hate theater. It's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I do when I'm sitting in a dark theater, waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Dear God, please let it be a good show. And let it be short. Please, dear sweet Lord. 2 hours is fine, 3 hours is too much. And keep the actors out of the audience. God! I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a story with a few good tunes that'll take me away. I just want to be entertained. I mean, that's the point, isn't it? Amen. You know, there was a time when people sat in darkened theaters and asked themselves, what if George and Ira Gershwin got for us tonight? Or can Cole Porter pull it off again? I mean, can you believe it? Now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue with this charade? Hey, there was a time, sitting there in the dark, when you knew that when the show began, you would be taken to another world. A world full of music and color and glamour, and you thought to yourself, my God, when are they going to bring the lights up? Oh, how times have changed. Hello. How are you all this evening? Good. 3 people, good. I'm feeling a little blue myself. You know? A little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad that I should feel anxious at this age. Just a little self-conscious anxiety resulting in non-specific sadness, a state that I call blue. Anyway, whenever I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records this morning. Yes, records. I was about to put on the soundtrack recording of Meredith Willson's The Music Man. I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard. But then I thought, no, let's have a treat. Let's disappear for a while into the decadent world of the 1920s. Oh, when the champagne flowed and the caviar chilled and the world was a party for the wealthy, anyway. So I dug about. And what did I find but one of my favorite musicals? Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Remember? Oh, music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's a 2-disc set, remastered from its original version made in 1928. It's the full show, featuring all of the original cast, including Beatrice Stockwell. Isn't she elegant? This is a whole 15 years before she became Dame Beatrice Stockwell. I mean, can you believe it? Let me read you what it says on the back. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Of course, the phrase gay wedding has a slightly different meaning now. But back then it just meant fun. That's just what this show is. Fun. So, would you indulge me? Would you let me play the record for you now? I hoped you'd say yes. You hear that static? I love that sound. To me, that's the sound of a time machine starting up. Imagine, if you will, it's November 1928. You've just arrived at the doors of the Roscoe Theater in New York. It's very cold. Remember when it used to be cold in November? Not anymore. November is the new August now. It's global warming, and we're all doomed. Anyway, it's falling from the sky, but you don't care, because you're going to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't it wonderful? It helps if you close your eyes. Overtures. Overtures are out of style now, and I miss them. It's the show's way of greeting you. You know, welcome, hello. The meal will be served shortly, but while you wait, would you care for an appetizer? That's what an overture is. A musical appetizer, a poo-poo platter of tunes, if you will. What's this? Something new? Kind of rollicking? A little bit of a dance tune, perhaps involving pirates! Ah! Don't worry, there are no pirates. Now here it comes. That moment when the music starts to build and you know you're seconds away from being transported. Curtain's going off. I can't wait.
Yes, madam.
How do I look?
You look radiant, Mrs. Tottendale.
I do love this dress so. It never goes out of style.
It's a miracle, madam.
My dress, my fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, I must confess. My dress, I love my dress. Will someone tell me why I put it on?
Yes, your dress, your fancy dress, was such a pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the hostess and it's happy wedding time. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will gong. Wedding bells will ring, and we will ding along.
Your fancy dress. We're very, very glad you put it on.
Wedding guests have come.
Wedding guests are here. Wedding guests are at the door, and soon they will appear.
I'm Robert, the bridegroom. I'm here to marry Janet. Let's start with Felton's follies, whom I love a lot.
George, that's George, he's best man George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. Mrs. Tottenham, no, don't worry, I have this whole wedding planned out. You see, the key is organization. Each string represents a task yet to be completed. You've got to pay the musicians, yell at the florist, and book a minister. This whole wedding's gonna run like clockwork.
Oh, is there gonna be a wedding?
I'm Felsick, producer. I've lost my leading lady. I've got to stop this wedding or I'm not worth squat.
I'm kidding, just kidding. I came up Mr. Felty. I'll be a leading lady if I get my shot.
Get pastry chefs, pastry chefs, we cross our hearts. A pastry chef's a bakery. A bakery is what we've got. I have the king of romance, so I can't say a lot.
You are the king of romance, so you kiss a lot. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Someone hasn't come, someone isn't here. Where is Janet Vandergraaf and when will she appear? It's Janet Vandergraaf. Janet Vandergraaf. Giving up our life forever. Silent
prohibition, madam.
A wedding, a wedding, a wedding.
Good thing I brought my own.
A wedding today.
Champagne makes me drowsy.
It's really happening. Really happening. What's happening? What is happening?
I'm Trix, Trix, queen of the stars. I serve the room, ladies in my love apparatus. Trix, the Trix, I gotta fly. I'll see you when they fly the night.
A wedding, a wedding. Ring, tingling,
Tingling.
a wedding, a wedding.
Well, there you have it. All the guests have arrived. We have a bride who's giving up the stage for love. Her debonair bridegroom. A harried producer, jovial gangsters posing as theatricians. A flaky Corrine, a Latin Lothario, and an engagement. What we now refer to as a lesbian. And of course, my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. Oh, I mean, what more could you ask for an evening's entertainment? Wasn't that wonderful? And we will ding. Oh, I don't even know what that means. Anyway, I'll lead you through the record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be difficult to follow. We begin with a welcome from our love-struck room.
Well, I'd just like to thank you all for coming. I tell you, I must be some lucky fellow. Who would have thought that I, Robert Martin, would be getting married to a glamorous showgirl, and that glamorous showgirl would be willing to give up a successful career to marry me, Robert Martin. Now, if it weren't for Prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass.
Here, here!
To Miss Janet Van de Graaff, most beautiful girl in the world. Absolutely not! Excuse me?
Well, the groom mustn't see the bride on the day of the wedding. That's just bad luck.
I hope you heard that, because that's the plot. Basically. Hang on for the ride.
Breakfast will be served in the Arabian room.
Say, it's a little early to be drinking, isn't it?
I don't understand the question.
Look, just keep Janet away from the bride. You understand? You're the chaperone. That's your only job.
I am mon capitaine. Oh, Robert, who's my little monkey?
But I'm your little monkey.
So, with the bride and the groom being whisked away, we turn our attention to the B plot, which involves the producer.
Mr. Bouncy!
Getting married, leaving show business.
Mr. Bouncy!
Doesn't she know I've got obligations?
Mr. Bouncy! I can be your leading lady. You said it yourself. I'm useless in the chorus.
Kitty, for the last time, you just ain't got what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons. Singing. Acting. Ballet.
Ballet?
Yeah, and I'm pretty good too. Last week, I auditioned for Swanee Lays.
Okay, a little annotation. Kitty and Belzic were actually a couple in real life. Jack and Sadie Adler. Now, this, a familiar comic construct, stupid woman and her long, suffering companion. Well, she seems stupid, but in the end she does something clever that makes everyone wonder if it's all just an act. The irony here is that Sadie actually was quite stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her parent. Still, she had a wonderful career on the stage. Back then, the theater was the only place where stupid people could make a decent living. And this is before television.
Kitty, I don't have time for this. A petit four, Mr. Felty? Oh, not now.
Perhaps a nice profiterole.
Boys, I'm not hungry. Then perhaps we can give you something else to chew on.
Yeah, something that ain't food.
Well, your confusion is to be expected. Although we stand before you in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also,
And primarily,
employees of a certain individual. A certain individual?
a certain individual.
Who happens to be the single largest investor in Feltzig's Follies. He has sent us here
As pastry chefs!
to express his concern with Miss Vandegraff's impending nuptials.
Specifically,
That if she gets married and leaves the show,
then there ain't no show.
go!
Say, don't I know you?
No, you don't.
Have you ever spent any time in Toledo?
Have you ever spent any time in a coma?
No. But I have a cousin in Seattle.
Kitty! Boys, you tell your boss the wedding ain't gonna happen. You have my word.
Oh, we'll take your word all right.
But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now I hope we have made ourselves perfectly eclair.
One can only hope.
You biscotti, you kidding me?
A trifle much.
Don't tart with me. Okay, you can drop the pastry chef routine. Alas, we ganache.
Run the lamb.
Lamb's an entree, you macaroon.
The gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo act Tall Brothers, John and Peter Tall. Now, they were born Abram and Mendel Moslaskowitz. Mendel? But their names were changed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. They were your typical early Broadway gangsters, full of wordplay and stylized movements, not very intimidating. Unless you find dancers intimidating, which I do. But for reasons that would be inappropriate to discuss in this current situation.
We'll leave the matter in your hands, Mr. Felty. In the meantime, feel free to browse the dessert carousel.
Ride the Toledo surprise. It's to die for.
Holy cats, Mr. Feltsy! They're gangsters!
Very perceptive. Go powder your face. I've got to stop this wedding. But how? Lord in heaven, how? How?
I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. So, with the story well on its way, let's go to the groom's room.
Well, hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He began his career as the Albright toothpaste man. His fabulous smile adorned every tube. Albright was extremely popular in the 1920s because it contained cocaine. No, really, if you read the ingredients, fifth ingredient down, right after sugar. Anyway, it wasn't long before he became a huge matinee idol.
Now, don't you worry. It's perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Well, of course.
I love Percy Hyman. Now, some people would say he was a bad actor, but to those people I would say, shut up.
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man. Shaking and a-quaking. Trembling like them Frady cats do. Something big be bothering you. Cold feet, brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm. Young feet, old feet, can be uncontrolled feet. trot down the aisle. Frosty arches, they can learn to swing. Icy toes can jive. Wedding marches, red and ragtime swing, make frigid souls come alive and take that dive. Cold feet, slow feet, turn them into both feet. Rhythm make them cold feet hot.
Oh, you don't say. Why don't you slime back in your mud hole, you backstabbing worm? Looks like I'm gonna have to find another minister. Hey, what are you up to?
Singing an old song I learned down south. Dixie remedy for wedding time jitters.
Oh, you think you got jitters? You got the easy part. I still got the advice, boutonnieres, and another minister. I have the weight of the wedding on my shoulders.
George, sounds like you got cold feet.
What do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I want?
Both feet.
What do I do? Scold feet?
No! You make the cold feet hot.
I like to think of him panting and sweating after a long dance routine. He's still alive, you know. I saw him in the news recently, celebrating his 104th birthday. To say the passing years had taken their toll would be a grotesque understatement. I mean, they wheeled him out there with that sort of wide-eyed, pained confusion that God reserves for the very, very old on their birthdays. You know what I'm talking about? The one that says, "Who are you? Who am I? And why is this cake on fire?" Anyway.
All right. That's enough of that. Dancing around like fools.
I'm sorry, George. Just trying to calm my nerves. It's my wedding day, after all.
Well, you could have snapped an ankle. Dancing is too dangerous. I know. Why don't you go for a skate instead? That's what I like to do when I need to blow off steam.
George, what would I do without you?
Oh, just looking out for you, my boy. Oh, wait, no. You can't go out like that. You might see Janet. What was I thinking? I know. Why don't you put on this blindfold?
George, you think of everything.
Oh, just looking out for you, my boy.
Whoa.
And no more dancing. Wedding bells will ring. Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate.
Just ignore it. It does that from time to time. It rings. Just ignore it. It'll stop soon.
Hello. You have reached my answering machine. Leave a short message after the tone and I'll call you back at my convenience.
Well,
cell phone going off in a theater? God, I hate that. Oh, hey, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. I'm just at the theater, ruining a moment. How about you? I couldn't make it out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy! Ah! I'm sorry. You're fine. Just shake that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. They didn't have cell phones in 1928. But I'm sure they had something for ruining moments. Bugles or something.
Happy wedding time.
Janet Van de Graaff, entertaining questions from reporters while she lounges by the pool.
Is it true you gave up a successful career on the stage to marry a man you hardly know?
Yes, Robert and I met on the Lido deck of the Ile de France. He amused me with stories of his father's oil interests. We spooned briefly, and then he proposed. So you won't be returning to the stage ever? I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't.
Can we put you on that?
Of course. One more question. Yes.
Why in the world would anyone put olives in a Gibson?
I've got a question. How could you possibly give up the footlights when you know you've got grease paint in your veins?
Victor, please.
Janet, I am begging you, dump them out. Stay with the Farleys. I'll give you anything you want. Oh, fine. I'll put your name above mine on the marquee.
Oh, Victor, if you think this is about vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to sing too no more. I don't want to ride moons no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to hear this no more. Play the sausage business no more. Blow my signature no more. I don't want to show off.
But Janet, please.
Don't try to sweet. I've made up my mind, and that's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind. I don't want to be cute no more, like the gentleman hoot no more. I don't want to wear fruit no more. I don't want to show off. She don't want to show off no more. Read her name and not use no more. Get the Bowling Green views no more. I don't want to show off. She don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. She don't want to show off no more. Off no more. Not me. I don't want to show off. She don't want Did I miss something?
You could say
Well, Mr. Felton, it is painfully obvious that Miss Van de Graaff has no desire to continue a life on stage.
Can't you see it's killing her soul?
Boys, it isn't over yet.
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't do an encore.
That was Jane Roberts as the bride. She was the Oops girl, remember? Surely you people remember the Oops girl. Don't you people read? She was billed as the girl whose sexual energy was so great that it caused men around her to have accidents. They'd spill their drinks and, drive their cars into trees, and she would go, oops. Well, I don't do it justice. But people ate it up. But she had a whole series of films. Oops. The Oops girl. Oops girl, come home. And Oops girl at sea. Which won an Oscar for special effects.
Okay. Begging, groveling didn't do any good. Time to plan B. But for that, I need an accomplice. Someone who's gullible, with loose morals. I need a European.
And in walks Aldolfo. Self-proclaimed ladies' man. Aldolfo is played by former silent film star and world-class alcoholic Roman Bartelli. He was the one that later drank himself to death at his chateau in Nice. Remember? It was 5 days before they found the body, and by then he'd been partially consumed by his poodles. He was only partially consumed.
Excuse me, I don't believe we've met.
Hi, Adolfo.
Oh, you are Aldolfo?
Yes, I am Adolfo.
No, not the Aldolfo.
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Freddie, you don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes. What?
Oh, I just overheard the green room say, Aldolfo is a scoundrel. I just heard him say that.
Adolfo is a scoundrel?
Oh, those very words.
Adolfo is a scoundrel?
No, it's like I'm hearing them again.
But this is outrageous. He is saying this to people, to beautiful ladies with breasts making love. Why? I must.
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, Adolfo will take this groom into his hands and kill him.
Yeah? Oh, no, don't kill him. Just hurt him enough so that he can't get married.
Show it to this groom. Wait!
What?
What kind of a man is this groom? A big man?
Well,
A burly fellow?
well, he's big on the outside.
No. Adolfo does not fight big men. Small. Easy, little dwarf people that Adolfo can fight. Far away. But no big men.
So you are a lover, not a fighter.
Yes. Adolfo is a lover of beautiful ladies. Some say I am the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. The best way to get revenge on a man is through his...
Door.
No! The best way to get back at a man is through his...
Window.
No! I mean, revenge on a man through his,
There is no other ways. I am not Santa Claus coming down the chimney.
through his woman.
Through his woman.
Adolfo, you must seduce his woman.
His woman.
His bride.
Adolfo will make love to the bride. That will show people Adolfo is no scoundrel. Show me to this bride.
Wait! What?
What kind of a woman is that? A big woman?
No,
A burly woman?
no, she's a looker, a very, a cat's pajamas.
Pajama?
Yes, a looker, a very attractive woman.
Yes, show me to this cat in pajamas. Adolfo will make her purr.
Stop it.
Like a cat in pajamas.
Roman Bartelli, chewing the scenery, everyone. You certainly wouldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, would you? Modern, mature audiences are too sophisticated for broad racial stereotypes on stage, so we banish them to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Yes, madam.
The pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide the liquor for the party. But remember, Angeline, we have to be discreet.
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition, after all.
I'm aware of that, madam.
You have to use code words. For example, if someone says that they want a glass of ice water, it means they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water.
Vodka.
Ice-
Vodka.
Well, that's still then. One less thing to do. I have a glass of ice water. I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I would so enjoy a refreshing glass of ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
That was through vodka, you poop!
I hate this scene.
Now I really do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam.
It's a glass of ice water. Are you going to...
Would that I were.
You can see where this is going, can't you? It's just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madam.
That was through vodka, you poop!
You know, in some ways, the Drowsy Chaperone was extremely progressive. Like a black actor playing a gangster, for instance.
Your ice water, madam.
That was through vodka, you poop!
In some ways, the Drowsy Chaperone was progressive, and in some ways, it was stale in 1928. I'm just gonna skip it.
Where do you think you're going?
To find some lime juice, madam.
Lime juice, for heaven's sake, why?
I'm going to wring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
Now, you're probably asking yourself, what was that routine doing in the show? Let me explain. See, there's a scene coming up, and they need to allow for set change. It's mechanics. It's like pornography. Let me explain what I mean by that. You see, in pornography, the story is simplistic. How do I pay for the pizza? Being the classic example. My point being, as in a musical, the story is only there to connect the longer, more engaging production. What? You know, what connection photography and musical theater.
In a few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning.
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
Okay, now this is a really interesting scene. This is the only time that Jane Roberts and Beatrice Stockwell are alone on stage together. Now, Jane Roberts was an emerging star. Beatrice Stockwell was already well established and a force to contend with.
I'm so full of apprehension. But I suppose that's normal considering the circumstances. Have you ever been married, Chaperone?
No, I drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your ice water, madam, I'm afraid we're fresh out of olives.
Have you ever been married, underling?
Heavens no, madam. If I'm going to serve a woman, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
Oh, you do. I know it seems crazy to give up a successful career to marry a man I hardly know. But somehow, for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big monkey eyes, oh, geez, I get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. I mean, the wooziness could be caused by any number of reasons. I'm feeling woozy right now. And I am certainly not in love.
Now, Beatrice Stockwell was famous for her rousing acts. She entertained and inspired the troops in all major world conflicts up to and including the Falklands War. Of course, by that time, she was in her late 80s, and her anthems didn't so much rouse as stupefy. Still, she demanded that a rousing anthem be included in every performance she ever gave. You just couldn't say no to her. That's star.
Really, you're not being the least bit helpful. Couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration? Really, dear, that's not my forte.
Yes, but if you
As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way through life's crazy labyrinth, barely knowing left from right nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along.
Well, that was quite nice, Chaperone. But I don't see how it pertains to my situation.
Let me explain.
Oh, really? That's not
It's a dismal little world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents. Antarctica? Please. Still, you mustn't let it lick yours. Planet, oh so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your hand. As we stumble along, cross life's crowded dance floor, as we push and we shove, we
mother was like that.
Well, that was quite inspiring, Chaperone. But I'm still conflicted. Oh, please, just tell me. Is Robert the man for me?
My dear, that's something you'll have to decide for yourself.
But I just don't know if he loves me.
Well, why don't you ask him? Why don't you say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert. And I'm not allowed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
You're right. And I take the responsibility very seriously. However, I'm just this moment feeling terribly, terribly drowsy. I'm afraid I have to have a little lie down. Now, whatever you do, don't go wandering through the garden seeking out your fiancé to ask him the very question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, Chaperone. I just have to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny little fool. Still, I envy her. Oh, when will love come crashing through my door?
La 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 la.
Look who it is. It's Aldolfo. Come to seduce the bride.
I am Adolfo.
Try not to think about the poodles when you're listening to this.
I am Adolfo, and you are bride.
No, I am not.
What? This is the bridal suite. You are the only one here. Therefore, you must be bride.
Interesting argument, but I'm afraid you are a moron.
What?
Me, no bride. Perhaps I could take a message?
Yes. Very good. Dear Vandergraaf bride, I must make love to you and transport you to a place of pure ecstasy. Sooner is better. Signed, Adolfo, King of Romance.
Well, you saw through my little ruse. You found me out.
So, you are the bride.
Apparently, yes. Take me, old dollface.
No. Not Adolphus. Adolfo. You must remember my name. For when we are making love, and you are screaming, you must say the right name or it will spoil everything. How can I make you remember? I'm sure that you have heard the name Adolfo, the ladies' man who wins acclaim Adolfo. Well, loveliness, I am the same Adolfo. I introduce myself, I am Adolfo.
Nice to meet you. Shall we?
Not so fast, so just in case you didn't hear Adolfo, I'll try to make it very clear, Adolfo. The lovely ladies always hear Adolfo. When I repeat myself, I am Adolfo.
Understood.
I can sing it high. I can sing it low. Adolfo. I can sing it very fast. I can sing it very slowly. I do it now, but it would take hours. Now let us see if you can remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
So who's the fellow that you see?
Adolfo.
And how should you refer to me?
Adolfo.
And who is it? I'll always be.
Adolfo.
I'll sing it proudly.
You are Adolfo.
lovely ladies who didn't hear for some reason, because maybe you are hard of hearing. I don't know. It goes.
This was my mother's favorite number in the show. I think it was her secret fantasy to be swept off her feet by a Latin lover. I mean, a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. But that's what musicals are all about, right? Romantic fantasy. Falling in love at the drop of a hat. Spontaneous tangoing, suddenly finding yourself in an insanely romantic setting. Oh.
I'm an accident waiting to happen. Da 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 da. Thanks, stranger. Ooh. Don't worry, madam. I'm getting married, so I have to wear a blindfold.
A blindfold?
I'm sorry, but who am I speaking to, anyhow?
Why, it's me. I mean, me.
Me, from France.
This scene could not be more ridiculous.
So, you are marrying Janet Van Peetroff, no?
Oui.
I hear she's very beautiful.
Oui.
And glamorous.
Oui, oui.
Is it true that she has an exceptionally broad range and excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles?
Say, I'm having trouble placing your accent. Which part of France are you from?
Oh, the middle part, where they make the toast. So, you were telling me about your, how do you say it in English? Fiancé?
That's right.
Well, tell me, when was the moment when you knew that she was the only one for you?
Well, it's kind of a funny story, actually. We were standing on the Lido deck of the Ile de France.
Yes.
I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
And then I looked into her eyes, her big, glamorous eyes, and I felt all woozy.
And then you fell. Oh, and then you fell.
Yes, right on my keister. And then I said, well, I guess I don't have my sea legs yet.
But we haven't left the dog.
Well, and that's what she said. And that's when I knew. It must be love.
And then you said,
Well, then I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime. Forbearance was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a tap about 2 and 2. I'm the toy on the stair, the 3-legged chair, the M that's been caught by a shoe. When my 2 lovesick arms started flapping, there was nothing my ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen, so how be I happen to you?
And then what happened?
Well, then she joined in.
When men say I'm sweet and they fall into my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul. So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen.
That's right.
A catastrophe destined to be.
That's me. I'm the rags in the cellar,
A broken umbrella.
a branch hanging loose from a tree.
I could see myself just living happen for a man who lives dangerously.
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
So hurry and happen to me. And then what happened?
Well, then we kissed. I'm an accident waiting to happen. So hurry and happen to me.
Wait a minute! You kissed a strange French girl on your wedding day!
Oh no! What have I done? Wait!
Well, it seems the blindfold and the fake French accent have led to a terrible misunderstanding. What a mess! Will it all work out in the end? Of course it will. It's a musical. It's not real. Everything always works out in musicals. In real life, nothing ever works out. And the only people who break out in a song are the hopelessly deranged.
Where's that philandering foreigner?
Mr. Foxy!
How long can it take to seduce one bride?
Mr. Foxy!
Not now.
You don't need Janet no more. I've been working on a mind-reading act. Presenting Kitty, the incomprehensible. Now, think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of something all right.
I'm getting it. Pick up some milk and a loaf of fried bread, and don't forget to shave your legs.
You're reading your own mind.
Oh, no wonder it was so easy.
Mr. Felty,
It would seem that the wedding is proceeding according to schedule.
now it's time you receive your just desserts. What do you say, partner? Shall we whip up something special?
Yeah. How about a Toledo surprise?
Toledo surprise! Oh, I never heard of that. No, you haven't. Those who have are generally never heard from again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up.
Ooh.
Nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo. Toledo surprise. Run that by me again.
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Feltzig.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up.
Ooh.
Nice and slow.
Then you got a Toledo. Toledo surprise.
What do you say, partner? Shall we give him a little taste?
All right.
Hold it! What style? What rhythm? Your Now shake it. Now, give me that recipe one more time. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Go!
Chop the nuts, pound the dough, bake it up nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo, Toledo surprise.
Now sell it.
Rip the peach, peel the skin, mush it up, throw it in. It's a tasty Toledo, Toledo surprise. First you beat it up, then you speed it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it, it's a snap. Try it, folks, with your whites, split your yolks. Then you got a Splendido, Toledo surprise.
You boys are natural. Yeah, keep it up. I'll go work up the contracts.
Wait a minute, second.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, what's going on here?
I'm developing a new act, kid.
Toledo surprise.
You mean you're putting gangsters in the show and you won't put me in? They're not even in the union!
You got it all wrong. The new act, kid, it's for you. These boys are your backup dancers.
Backup dancers? Holy cats! Oh, that hot Toledo, good to my libido, good, yes, Toledo, sugary, yum, yum.
Adolfo, the make an announcement. Wedding is off.
What? For the love of God, why?
Adolfo has made love to the bride.
That's not the bride, you idiot. That's the chaperone.
What?
The wedding is on.
The wedding is off. Robert kissed the French girl. Her name is Mimi. She's very beautiful.
I'm sorry, Janet. I couldn't help it. She was just like you, only French.
Sweet mother of pearl.
Underling,
Yes, madam.
what is all this commotion about?
The wedding, madam.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
Not anymore. Oh, what a tragedy. What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy. Cradle floor, boys. Let me show you how it's done. First you beat it up, and then you speed it up. You heat it up. If it starts to rise, don't let it. Toledo surprise.
Surprise!
Wait till it's ready.
Surprise!
Wait till it's ready.
Surprise!
Oh, wait till it's ready.
Now it's looking ready.
Ready.
Makes me twitch, makes me shake. That's dessert. Takes the cake. Hits me like a torpedo. Toledo surprise.
Toledo surprise.
And that's that. The curtain falls, and it's time for intermission. At least it would be if you were actually sitting in the Roscoe Theater in 1928 watching The Drowsy Chaperone. I don't like intermissions. They ruin the magic, you know? They yank you back into reality. One minute you're lost in a world of music and glamour, and then suddenly, bang! You're surrounded by tourists. Twinkling candy wrappers and nagging about the lack of women's restrooms. It's a power bar. I have a little blood sugar issue, and I have to eat small meals throughout the day, or I get jittery. It's rude, I know, but you would not like the alternative, believe you me. Believe you me. Oh, I remember my wedding day. The ceremony wasn't until 4 in the afternoon, and I didn't eat breakfast. Oh. No, I do! Are you surprised I was married? Well, there you go. Shouldn't go making assumptions about people, should you? I'm a very complicated person. And I have to pee. I'll be quick, I promise. But while I'm gone, the power bar. While I'm gone, you can listen to the beginning of Act 2.
Nightingale, 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 song.
I bring a message from a nightingale.
Nightingale.
You know Bow? Emperor and American lady no see eye to eye.
But Emperor, sometimes a different outlook can change your point of view.
What?
Precisely. What is it about the Asians that fascinates Caucasians? What is it about the Asians that's so nice? Is it the wontons, the egg rolls, the rice? Perhaps it's Buddha or Confucius and their excellent advice.
What is it about Caucasians that mystifies the Asians? What is it about Caucasians that's so odd? They call a pretty lady a broad. They have hair upon their chest, and they only have one god. Impossible.
That was not from the Drowsy Chaperone. I have a woman who comes once a week. Can I say that? I have a woman. Anyway, she cleans the things that I absolutely refuse to clean. She's very good. But she has this slightly annoying habit of putting my records away and in wrong sleeves, even though I tell her, no touch records, Carmela, no touch records! I suppose if I started talking to her in complete sentences, she might stop touching my records. Anyway, that was from another Gable and Stein musical called The Enchanted Nightingale. A degrading piece of chinoiserie about an emperor who is told by a mythical bird to marry his American elocutionist rather than his betrothed, and goes on to build the Great Wall of China. A slap in the face of 4,000 years of Chinese history. But it had some wonderful tunes. That was Beatrice Stockwell's American Lady. Did you recognize Roman Bartelli as the emperor? Yes. He was a man of 1,000 accents, all of them insulting. Act 2 of the Drowsy Chaperone begins with this. A haunting lament from a very depressed bride. She sings it standing on her balcony, bathed in the light of a sympathetic moon, which is ridiculous because it's the middle of the day. Now, while you're listening to this, try to ignore the lyrics. You know, I know it'll be difficult, but just block them out. They're not that good. But the tune is beautiful, and it truly represents the bride's state of mind. Just ignore the lyrics.
To climb and with other monkeys play far away. He left his jacket on that pedestal beside his tiny rusty cup, and I have got the strength to pick them up. Monkey, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you. Come, my little monkey, come, my little monkey.
Make myself a brandy. The tune is so beautiful. It just floats in the air. And I must admit, I do get a little bit misty when I think of that tiny jacket lying on the pedestal, its long sleeves dangling on the floor. Oh, monkey, monkey, monkey.
You broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal
Pedestal.
for you. Come, my little monkey. Come, my little monkey.
Okay, now here we go.
Wait!
Who are you?
I'm Janet Vandergraft.
Do you need anyone?
I don't need anyone!
What about the level 1
What do
man?
I care about the level 1 man when I am a daughter of 5 million?
Now she really lets go.
Don't let me to be so gloomy. No, no, no! I can rule the world if so I chose. See, I'm the flowers singing every show. Curtains staring, letting me around. I'm Janet Vandergraft. I know now that I can hammer.
When a character is in crisis, they sing and they dance, which is so much more interesting than just whining about it. That's the thing about musicals in general. See this? This is life! You manage to be happy for 5 seconds and then something starts raining.
What a beautiful day for a wedding.
Would you like to have the pews removed now, or would you prefer I wait until morning?
I'm gonna stop this here, because I don't want this number ruined by a ringing telephone. Here, we have 2 vaudeville performers who have slipped through cracks of time. They are Noel Fitzpatrick and Ukulele Lil. I don't know anything about them. I suppose that Ukulele Lil played the ukulele, although she doesn't in this show. I tried to find out more about her. You know, I went through all my books, I even searched the internet, but all I kept coming up with were Tiny Tim's autopsy photos. Anyway, they're charming.
Why would you have the pews removed?
The bride is called off the wedding, madam.
Oh, Angelique, you should never listen to a bride on her wedding day. Love is a very complex emotion, Angelique.
Yes, madam.
For example, you can feel very close to someone one moment, and the next, why, you just want to strangle them. Do you understand?
I'm familiar with the urge to strangle, yes.
That's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret, but here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like long ago when Romeo met Juliet, love is always lovely in the end.
But Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy, madam.
Oh, I never read reviews. Love can start a quarrel, love can cause din, but love has always been a trusty friend. 'Twas a happy fate for Henry and Anne Boleyn. Love is always lovely in the end.
Might I remind you, madam, that Anne Boleyn lost her head?
Oh yes, she was in love. Love was good for Eve and Adam, and Samson and Delilah too.
Good grief, may I pose a question, madam?
Oh yes, of course.
Why does nothing I say to you ever get through?
Don't mind if I do.
Love is always lovely in the end. Oh, I found that quite taxing. Excuse me, madam, while I pour myself a glass of ice water.
Love sneaks up behind you, love drops from above, but love would never consciously offend. Love has certainly been kind to me and my true love. Love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I don't mean him, you silly brute. Love is always lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Love is always lovely in the end. Love is always lovely in the end.
That was charming. Can I be frank? On a certain level, that song pisses me off. But, you know, I'm going to say something. Yes, I've been drinking. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say that love is not always lovely in the end. Often in the end, there are lawyers. And another thing, surely someone was aware of the awkward sexual connotation of that title. I mean, love is always lovely in the end. You're the only person that takes this. All right. The point that I'm trying to make is that song is naive. and irresponsibly so. And I thought that needed to be stated for the benefit of the young people. I won't interrupt again. There is a moment coming up, actually, that I have become obsessed with.
Wedding looking like that.
What wedding?
Not your wedding. Mine.
You're getting married? But to whom?
La 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 la. A beautiful lady with baffled expression.
You're marrying Adolfo?
I know it's surprising. But when I look into his eyes, his big, clumsy eyes, I get all drowsy. And that's love, isn't it?
Yes, that is love. Help me.
Oh, there you are. All right, I'm just gonna throw my cards out on the table. I got a weak heart. Can't take the pressure. If this goes on any longer, the old ticker might just give out. So, is there gonna be a wedding or not?
Yes.
Oh, thank the sweet Lord in heaven.
Adolfo and the chaperone are getting married.
What?
Oh, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. I have the most wonderful news. There's going to be a wedding.
We know.
You know?
Yes, we just heard.
But who told you?
I did.
But how did you know?
What difference does it make?
Mrs. Tossendale and I are to be married in the garden at 7:30 this evening.
What? What?
Oh, yes.
Well, congratulations. Everyone.
What kind of cockamamie wedding is this? Everyone but the bride and groom are getting married.
There you are. Oh, Janet, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Please don't be that way. Can't you find it in your heart to marry me? Janet, it's our wedding day. George has gone to all of this trouble, and I do love you. More than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
Yes, I know. I just can't understand it. I know this might sound ridiculous, but when I was kissing that French girl, why, it was just like kissing you.
Oh, Robert. You were kissing me.
You mean you're Mimi? Well, I must say that French accent was remarkably accurate.
Oh, my goodness. I developed it when I played the role of Monique in Hold That Bucket.
There you are. Before you do anything, think of this. No matter how well you play the role of the happy housewife, you'll never, ever get a standing ovation.
Oh, I just don't know. Oh, I'm so confused. Chaperone! Oh, please, I beg you, just this one time, give me some advice that is coherent and appropriate to the situation.
Should I marry Robert?
Okay, here it comes. The moment I was telling you about, not only the culmination of the plot, but a moment that has fascinated me and brought me back to this record time and time again. Here it comes.
Well, my advice to you is...
This is it, listen.
Well, you can.
You see? You see, you can't quite make out what she says because someone drops a cane! I'll play it for you again.
Well, you can.
Is she saying live while you can or leave while you can?
Well, you can.
It's Beatrice Stockwell, so it might just be a cynical quip, but this is a wedding after all. And that's what you think when you're standing there at the altar, isn't it? Live or leave. And you have to live. Because you do love her, in some way. I mean, it's not an exact science. An arrow doesn't fall down from the sky and point to the person that you're supposed to be with, so one day you say it. You know, you say it to someone, you say, I love you. Say it just like that, you know, you phrase it like it's a question, but they take it as fact. And then suddenly there you are, standing in front of her in her $3,000 dress with tears in her eyes and her nephew made the hoopah. So what do? Do you say I was kidding? I was joking. No, you live, right? You choose to live, and for a few months you stare at that alien body in bed next to you and you think to yourself, who are you? Who are you? And then one day, you say it out loud. Then it's a trial separation, and couples counseling, and all your conversations are about her eating disorder and your Zoloft addiction. And you're constantly redefining and reevaluating and reinventing until you finally lose the deposit on your house and the entire relationship ends on a particularly ugly note with your only copy of Gypsy flying its living room wall. Oh, I know. But still, in a larger sense, in a broader sense, it is better to have lived and loved. Right?
Well, you can.
You have no idea how many times I've listened to that.
Oh, Chaperone, you certainly have a way with words. Robert, my answer is yes. Yes, I will marry you.
Wonderful! Oh, wonderful!
Well, Mr. Felton, it looks like this wedding is a done deal.
Now you're in trouble.
And there's nothing you can do about it. But there is. I've found a replacement. A new leading lady. Presenting Kitty, the Incredible. Now, concentrate, Kitty, and show the boys how you can read my mind. My mind.
Kitty, will you marry me?
What are you all waiting for? Why don't you ladies go put on your frillies and then we'll marry you together in one big clump? That's how they do it in Utah.
Well, George, I don't know how you did it. 4 weddings in one day. Guess you're everybody's best man now.
I am.
Of course.
I am.
Hip, hip. Hooray! He's George, that's George, the best man, George.
I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought.
He's basking in the glory of a fine world fun. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time.
Perform a marriage.
Yes!
And a pilot is comparable to a captain.
Yes!
And an
airplane is a kind of a jeep. Air. Some call it an air jeep.
Oh, shit!
Yes! Wait, Trix, I got it. You can marry them all on the plane, and then we'll all have the honeymoon in Rio!
A bride and groom in our chapel, they bring a tear to the eye. But what a thrill when lovers trill, I do in the sky. When bells are set in the daffodil sky. But I do in the sky. Do you?
We do.
Do you? We do. Do you? We do. Do you? We do. A bride and groom in our chapel may bring a tear to the eye. With rainbows bending before us and clouds meandering by, one can't restrain that sweet refrain. I do in the sky. When roses hang donkeys and daffodils sigh. But heaven's rest and sweet husband, I do in the sky. I do in the sky.
Look, up ahead. You see it?
Could it be? Yes, it's Rio! Well, hurry up, Trix. We've got some honeymooning to do. One can't restrain that sweet refrain.
No, no, please. Okay. Everybody, just stay calm. All right, this happens from time to time. It's a very old apartment with bad wiring. Just stay focused, okay? Just keep the show alive in your bodies. Just don't talk to anybody. All right? Just don't let yourself be distracted. I'll find the fuse box. Everybody be quiet.
The super.
God.
Hi.
Hello?
Your lights are out.
Yes.
Yeah, we had to shut the power off because we're replacing the breaker panel in the basement.
Yes.
So we replaced it, but when we turn the power off, the breakers in all the apartments trip.
Yes.
That's what happens, it's normal.
Yes.
So I gotta reset your breakers.
Now?
It'll only take a sec.
All right.
Because I tried calling you earlier before, and there was no answer.
I've been having issues with my phone.
Here we go. What was that?
Nothing. Just record music.
What kind of music was it?
From a show. Musical.
You like musicals?
No.
I love musicals. I go with the wife all the time. You know, it's amazing what they can do nowadays. Did you see Miss Saigon? Oh, they landed a helicopter on stage in that one. Yeah, I've seen them all. I've seen Cats, Les Mis. Do not get me started on Wicked. I freaking love that show.
Thank you very, very much. You have a wonderful
I'll
evening.
let you borrow my soundtrack.
Well, that's that. Show's ruined.
What?
one note from the last, and the show's ruined. I should just start it again. But I can't do that. Can I? It's just so frustrating! You have to understand, I love this show. And I've never even seen it. My mother gave me the record. This was before my father left us. That is not the reason that he left us, by the way. I'm sure that didn't help, though. Listen, I know it's not a perfect musical. Spit takes scene is lame and the monkey motif is labored. But it does what a musical is supposed to do. It takes you to another world. And it gives you a little tune to carry with in your head, you know. For when you're feeling blue. As we stumble along on life's funny journey. As we stumble along into the blue. We look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere. Never sure of where to turn or what.
I'm an accident waiting to happen.